Donnie Houston in this bitch. Shout out to all you niggas that wanna shine. Just know it's gonna cost you in this bitch. I'm gonna be real, it's gonna cost you more than a little bit, it's gonna cost you.
Donnie Houston.
Yeah, man, it's going down. This Donnie Houston podcast. I'm Donnie Houston. Check it out, man. We got two special guests in the house, man. You know what I'm saying? Representing the South Side. You know what I'm saying? Representing, we got Screwed Up Click, the second generation. You know what I'm saying? Doe and my boy Manny B. What's going down, man?
What's up? What's up?
Hey,
What's
man,
up?
what's good? We in here with you, baby.
How y'all boys feeling,
We in
man?
your house,
Cool,
man.
man.
Welcome, Matt, in the front.
Yeah, welcome. You know what I'm saying? Manny B the big. We done kicked it off. You know what I'm saying? Off camera and shit in here.
Oh, yeah,
So
you know,
yeah.
he's celebrity status. You know him. He's been around the world twice.
For sure, man. What's going down with y'all boys,
Hey,
man?
man, chilling, man. It's a pleasure, man. An honor to be up in here with you. You know, like I told you when you hit me, man. Sometimes you hit me like when you get time. I got time right now. Donnie Houston on the line. I'll hit you
Really?
right back. I'm good. I'm blessed, man. Favor.
Man, appreciate you, Manny. What's going down, man?
No,
Boy, you
man.
got some off time, man. Every time I look up, you shooting somewhere, doing something, man.
Man, I'm gonna make time for you for sure.
Yeah,
Broke car, I'm coming.
Yeah,
Ain't no if and the bus. Everything going hold, man.
yeah.
You know, that's big down right there, man.
For sure.
Shit,
For sure. Well, man, we're going to get to you in a little bit, man, but people may be looking saying, man, who is Doe? You know what I'm saying? So we just going to run it down, man, you know,
Ooh,
just from
man.
top to bottom,
Yeah,
man.
We're gonna take a short walk with a long talk, man. It's first of all, you know, I grew up in Sealy, but so happened my little brother's D Drew. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that played out how it played out back and forth, cause you know, my family, they from Dead End, Drew them from Foxwood, Selinsky, you know. Well, it used to be Foxwood, you know, they flatlined everything over there, but Dead End. So, you know how it go when you got brother in the city. He come out there one summer, I come out here one summer, and we back and forth. You know, matter of fact, our old man birthday, he died in '89. His birthday today. You
Wait,
know
so
what
y'all,
I'm
so
saying?
y'all had same dad,
We got
different
the
mom?
same dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's basically how that went back and forth. You know, because of who he was and you know who my family was. You know, so that integrated with the Screw. You know, because I've been around Screw since like '92, '93.
That
you know.
early, no shit.
Right. You know,
Just-
I was young, but you know what I'm saying, far as in that mix, you know, far as me just actually being off the porch, you know, interacting with like 9'4", 9'5".
So,
you
okay,
know.
two things. What's the age difference between you and D. Drew? Who's older? You the oldest, right?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. I'm 80, he 81. Drew would have turned 40
Yes, sir.
on the 10th.
On the 10.
I turned 41 this Thursday.
So
On the
y'all was
19th.
right there.
He August 10, 81, I'm August 19, 80.
Okay, so talk about just though the dynamic between the relationship between D. Drew and Screw. You know what I'm saying? And his mom being Fifi and just that whole break down that whole thing.
Oh, like, you know, I might step on some toes with this one, but you know, Fee really like the first lady of the Screwed Up Clique. You know, just like you got members of the Screwed Up Clique that don't rap. You know, it's a lot of boys that's S.U.C that didn't, you know, that's not Pokey or not Kiki or not Pat, you know, that had their hand in just being a part of that foundation too. So that's what Fee sit in at, and you know, Fee really the dead end queen, you know. I mean, you know, Angelique and them, they was on the mic, you know, I ain't gonna take nothing away from them and the cliches and all that, but Fee, if you ask anybody, like outside of Michelle, you know, Screw sister and them, you know, Fifi, first lady of the Screwed Up Clique, you know, behind the scenes, behind the speakers, you know what I'm saying? So it's like growing up in that mix, it was like Screw was big bro. Like, we used to trip because sometimes when you're around certain people, you forget how big they are.
Yeah.
You know, like we'll pull up and people get to tripping that, and we like, what's wrong? You know, Screw be like, they tripping. You know what I'm saying? But the magnitude of it now is like so big. Like even when I see a Budweiser commercial slow the drink down, it's like, you know, I be thinking like where it could have went. You know, like you always think about that. But the relationship was like a big brother. Like that's one of the few people I was around Like the last, I'm gonna say, year and a half of his life, we was together like 7 days in a week. We gonna be a screw 5 days, for sure. You know, maybe I'm gonna say the last year is like for sure. You know what I'm saying? So
And this is when he had the house over in Mo City.
this was when it was off Hilton Head, Turtle Creek over there. You know what I'm saying?
And when he moved to the new,
Yeah, that's what the spot where he passed at. That's a whole nother, like the night Screw died. That's another story. Me, Drew, nobody was at the spot except for me, Drew, Shorty Mac, his cousin, Big Judd, and Chris Cooley, his other cousin, and Drew. You know, so we was one of the last ones to see Drew alive. I mean, to see Screw alive before me and Drew left. You know. I don't know if you want to get into that right now.
It was just a regular night, y'all over there. Just
Regular night. Matter of fact, they had a song. He just got on. That's when the digital turntables that came out. Cause you know he really ain't want to go into He didn't want to transition into CDs. You know, he like, man, they can get scratched up. They could, man. We like, Screw, ain't nobody like CDs now. Is like how we doing with MP3s, or we doing everything on your phone. Like if a new model car don't even come with a CD player. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's where the game was going with the cars. Things was transitioning from tape to CD. But he was like, man, they can get scratched up and they could. But he seen like, okay, well, I got to get in the way because that's where it's going. So he started doing the CD thing. So he got the turntables, the ones you put the CD in.
So Screw did have a CD turntables.
Yeah, that was one. I mean, that was the only person I was around that was DJing. So when I seen him, it was like space age to me. So he was playing with them. The night we pulled up over there, me and him sitting on the crates. He got his cousin Chris Cooley, that's from San Antonio. We pulled up there, and you know he was behind Soundwaves right there. You know where the Embassy Suites at, right there on 59 by Saltgrass, right? Mm-hmm. Behind there, some warehouses, like some little rental buildings, executive little suite buildings. And like when you walked out his back door, the front part was made like an office. The back part was made like a place where a diesel could pull in or something that's dropping off something around the back. And when you look out the back of the door, you can see like the back of Soundwaves that's right there on Gessner. And all that. Well, now I don't know if it's Soundwaves no more. It's the shoe store, WWS or whatever it is right there. So when we pulled up, it was just a regular night. Mike D had just did a song. Mike D, Al D, and Screw rap. Anytime Screw rapped, it was like a holiday. Cause he ain't jump on everything. So when he rapped, when I fell in now, Chris Cooley doing beats on the keyboard.
Triton.
Huh?
On Triton.
Yeah, he was on the Triton doing the beats. Judd and Shorty Mac, they was out of there sleep-wise. Me and Screw sat on the crates. Matter of fact, I remember Dynasty had just came out. Jay-Z, the Dynasty had just came out, and because he a DJ, he get the vinyls early, just like the Mad Hatters and all them. He get the stuff early because his I guess his title or whatever. So he messing with I remember the Dynasty being out because I made a country. I was supposed to make my Screw tape called Country Connected. That's another thing, man. Him vibed on when he found out I was from Sealy, cause Smithville up the street. You know, you just take I-10. You go up I-10 to 71, you know, he up the street. So I was telling him, like, man, you know what? Like, everybody put on for the city, I'm going to do a Screw tape called Country Connected. Like, I'm like, I'm still going to holler at the city, but I'm going to do this right here for the country. He like, I'm feeling it. So I made my list, and that never got, it never happened, but that's where we was at. So when I pulled up, Drew go mess with Chris Cooley and Mike D, and Al D and him had a song that go, I got my mind on my money, money on my mind, screwed up click for life, we put it down. So on there, he rapping. At this time, Screw was getting a lot of flack federal wise, and just people think it's a drug house and different things. So, on there he rapping, he say, they looking at the screwed up shop like it's a drug store. 100,000 copies, what the hell I need drugs for? So he running that back, he got it on loop. We just going down through the regular nights, sitting on the crates. And I never forget, like, I always tell, I'm going to share it with you because there's a lot of things from that night I keep to myself because it be priceless to me, you know what I'm saying? But you know, you so epic to me, and you know, just you reaching out and we getting in touch with each other. This the platform, like Manny was telling me, like I'm just gonna give it to you raw and uncut. Like it just was a strange night that night, you know. When you know how you look back after somebody passed and you play back everything frame for frame, it's like it was crazy to me because, like I say, Drew and them, like the way I get into how the spot was made in a minute. But long story short, we sitting on the crates, and I never forget his phone rang. He had fell asleep. We listening to going down through the mix. Long story short, phone rang. He answered, but he dropped it. I pick it up when everybody with prime codes. I pick it up, and that's another thing. Man, I ain't never seen the man pay a bill. His phone never was out. He used to always say, man, I got 1 million minutes. Man, the man never, man, he said on the screw tape too, the only nigga with 1 million minutes on the prime code. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never seen Screw pay a phone bill. I was with him every day. Never. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy to me. But anyway, he dropped his phone. I pick it up, tap his leg, give him the phone back. He do the same thing, talking fall out, so I get on the phone with whoever it is. They like, Screw fell asleep on me? I'm like, yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? They like, man, when he get up, hit me. Okay, boom, bet. I get a call. Some little old chicks that I was talking to. You know, back then we said hype. That was the word. So, hey, little chick hit me. Her cousin want to talk to Drew. So I go tell Drew, woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? Drew like, that's a bet. So I tell, this one it gets strange to me. I tell Screw, I'm like, man, we finna go dip. We got some hype. He like, for real? I'm like, yeah. He like, that's a bet. Y'all coming back? I'm like, yeah. So when he hugged me, he grabbed my shoulders. You know, he's shorter than me. He look up at me like, I love you. Like, I love you too. He like, nah, I love you for real. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, maybe it's just, you know, we've been sipping, and I'm like, maybe I'm just tripping. He do the same thing to Drew. Same way. Jumping, matter of fact, me and Archie Lee had both had the same cars. We both had Thunderbirds, the two-door Thunderbirds. So I jump in the bird. Like the way I tell you, the way the back made, he got the door open. We at the backside, back there where the gate at to separate the sound waves and all that, in the backside of the building. He just standing in the doorway, kind of staring at us. I don't say nothing to Drew, but in my head, I'm like, this weird. You know what I'm saying? We burn, go do what we do. So I had to come back up 59. I was staying by Highway 6 in Bel Air. So we had to pass back by there to go
get
to
back
the
over
spot.
there.
At the time, you know, I'm with my oldest son, mother, so it's like, Drew like, man, I'm like, you want to go mess with Screw? He like, nah. He like, man, sis gonna kill you. I'm like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? We dipped to the house. So I dipped, kept pushing, get to the house. I leave Drew my phone, you know, cause BM, she gonna be going through the phone, this, that. It's already about 4, 5 in the morning. So I lay down. You know how you feel like you just laid down? It's like I feel like I had just hit Drew beating on the door. Boom, 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 boom. He like, y'all good? I'm like, yeah. He like, open the door. I'm like, the door open. He open the door. He on the phone with Fee. He like, man, mama say Screw dead. I'm like, man, come on, man. We just left Screw. You know, they done said that 1 or 2 times. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, we just left Screw. He throw me the phone. My Fee on the phone. She like, man, slide over there and go check on my dude, man, for real. Like, see what's up. Like, this ain't no gossip. We slide back over there. When I pull up, I ain't gonna never forget. The whole Screw had 2 waits in the funeral. It rained the whole time. Like, not just hard, but drizzle. I never forget that. So when we pull up, it's drizzling. I see the corner van. I'm like, it's too cold right here. So Chris Cooley come to the window. Right now, it's too serious to press him about the logistics on what happened. So he like, man, Screw dead. I'm like, man, come on, man. He like, man, Screw dead. I'm like, so fast forward time, a couple days, I'm actually, because that night, me, Archie Lee, Big Al killed himself later on. But Big Al.
Who was Big Al?
Big Al was S.U.C. That's who on the Screw when Kiki say, Al got the street sweepers. That's who Kiki talking about on this song when he say that on the freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Al ran with Ron G. Ron G then was behind the dead end. KK, Ron G, all them was behind the dead end.
Is that the same guy as Al B? Is it the same guy?
Yeah.
That's different.
Pair Home Pimps,
Yeah.
Same guy?
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So,
You said he killed himself?
yeah, Big Al, Al shot himself in the head. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That was like 2001. You know what I'm saying? He shot himself in the head.
So this is not long after Screw dies. And
Yeah,
Damn.
the Screw died November 16, 2000, and I was gone. I had went and did 2 years on a 3-year sentence at that time. So in between the time I was gone and me coming home, he killed himself. But me, him, Archie Lee, and Drew, and Al D, Big Al, Al D, Archie Lee, me and Drew slide up to 97.9, and that night, because that was early in the morning, probably about, when the sun started coming up. You know how long they do the homicide type, not homicide, the investigation when somebody died type stuff. So that night, though, we slide up there, and, they talk to Mad Hatter and do all that. But I finally catch up with Chris Cooley. I'm like, what's good? Like, what happened? He like, man, y'all left. Because that's at a minute where you hear different rumors about somebody supposed to poison Screw or somebody put something in his drink and all them different rumors. This how all this come around, because when he say when we left, Fee say that he called her. He was supposed to come by there and holler at her. He never made it. So Chris Cooley say when he left and came back, he went and did whatever he did. He came back, and like I told you, the front part was made like an office. Because he was supposed to do S.U.C. Entertainment. Like when Manny and them, while I was gone on this the bid I just came home on, Manny and them started the second generation. That's what Screw was supposed to do anyway. Because I remember the last thing we did together that I could remember, like just like moment wise, like I'd never forget, was Mo shooting a man video. You know what I'm saying? We was all together, so it was like I'm telling Screw, like, cause in my eyes, even though I'm really not born and raised in Houston, but after a certain age, who really is? Like, everybody moved from somewhere their family moved here. I'm telling him, like, to me, like, no disrespect, like D-Reg and them, like, why is you letting these boys grab everybody? D-Reg from Beaumont. You letting them grab the whole S.U.C. I never forget what he told me. He was like, he grabbed his piece and said, you see these 2 letters? I'm like, yeah. He like, it say DJ. Like, yeah. He like, you know what they stand for? I'm like, what's up? He like, disc jockey. He say, that's what I do. I let the world know who next. He say, I ain't ready to run no business right now. He say, what I do right now is let the world know who next. He say, that's where I get a thrill. I get a thrill out seeing people be able to feed their families. And knowing that I had something to do with that, that's where it's at. And ever since he told me that, like, I looked at him like, not different, like respect-wise, but his mindset on things, like, okay, I'm looking at him like, why you ain't, like, you really could have been the masterpiece of Houston. You know what I'm saying? With all them artists, the Flips, Mike D, 3-2. He could have had Pimp C, UGK maybe. Everybody would have been up under Screw. That's how I'm looking at it. But in his eyes, I'm a DJ for real. That's why when he went and got that ring from New York, that was a major moment. That's why in the pictures everybody put when he got the ring up, like that was his baby. Like, I got respect on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't never just put it in their face, but he like, this signified me, like, they wasn't even messing with us down here. They flew me out there. I'm out there, they heels now. So that was his thing. Like, I'm a disc jockey. I let the world know who next. That's what I do. So fast forward time, but when he got that building, that's what movie he was supposed to be on. Because he been had the DBA for the S.U.C. Entertainment. He just wasn't pushing no orders. So he telling me and Drew and all us, like, y'all next. Because, everybody got their deals. Mo got his deal. Poker and going to his second deal. ESG done been through a couple deals. Kiki, he jammed down in whatever he was doing at the time. And, everybody, Pat had got killed. Everybody doing their own thing. So he was like, I'm supposed to just do y'all. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was at. So now back to Chris Cooley. So I'm asking him what happened. He like, Screw left for about 45 minutes, an hour, whatever, came back. And he say, he still was making beats. So where he was making beats at, he couldn't see the restroom, but he could see the light from the restroom shining on the floor from where he's sitting at. So he say, Screw went in there. He say, time went, however long passed. He go in there, check on him. Whatever Screw did, restroom wise, he was done. But he was in the style with the handicap rail, so he fell off. You know what I'm saying? Which wasn't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So he say he was still breathing out there. He go back doing his little thing on the tray. So it started getting late. He say he go in there again, try to shake him back, still asleep. So he made a little pallet in there with a carpet in the front part that's made like an office. He fall off. He said when he fell off, when he wake back up, he still see the light on. Say when he went in there, he walked in the stall. Say screw was blue, whole body. You know what I'm saying? So that's just so everybody got on. He left and went and got some oil, and whoever he went to, they must have put. So that's how that rumor got started. But you know, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, we all got to take that flight. You know, we just gonna take it different ways. So it's just like that played out how it played out. You know, and that's facts on that. You know how it written. I don't know all the logistics, but the main story, like that's, you know, ain't nothing I heard. You know, so that's how it went down. But you know, it is what it is. Like I just play back in my head, like, you know, what if, you know. So that's what it was that night.
Yeah. But then moving forward, though, I mean, you keep on. I mean, everybody keep on pressing forward. You know what I'm saying?
Right, facts.
And then you link up with what was it, the ABN thing? That's when you start linking up with them.
Okay, yeah. So that's
Trey
crazy.
had them
Yeah, but Trey, you see, the thing with
family.
Trey, like Fifi, like Dinky was, you know what I'm saying?
family,
Like that's
yeah.
family.
So he
like
been
Dinky
rocking out
been rocking
with
out.
Trey
You know what I'm
like,
saying? So it's just that in the mix, me going back and forth from the country, me and Trey was missing each other just because, you know, I wasn't just here every day, all day. I'm coming summers back and forth. Then Trey and them end up going to Mo City. But, you know, Dink and them was in the hood before they moved out that way, you know what I'm saying? So fast forward time, when I come home, how I end up linking up with Trey, he in the apartment on Airport. This when they still doing it like this right here, hitting the keyboard, recording like this right here. You know what I'm saying? I came home on the floor.
You know what I'm saying? When we did the first
Yeah. Y'all already did. See, I came home when they did the slab. The slab I came home was the first one where it wasn't playing no actual song. It was rapping from beginning to end. That was Slab Volume 4. How I end up over there though, Mike D called me to come pick him up. So when I slid by there to pick Mike D up, we get to run and Trey like, you drew, bro? I'm like, yeah, woo. So that was history. I jump on the Slab Volume 4 and then it took off from there. 4.5 Plex, all that, you know what I'm saying? ABN, the mixtape ABN and the album, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that all played out, you know. And that was I learned a lot from Trey. Far as like now, that's why it's like it is what it is with him, because it's like I remember boys wasn't rocking with Trey, you know, like boys was getting their Trey to get at Ro, you know what I'm saying, because you know Ro not gonna answer his phone for no, you know, so Trey will put boys on speaker, like check this out, what's up Trey? They'll run it. I need you to get on the song, do a hook. He be like, yeah. So he get quiet. He be like, watch this here. Hey, you talk to Ro? So that's how it go, you know. So I understand like where he at now, like, and you know, I tip my hat. It's still our love. We still our family, you know. But I always did my own thing, far as you know, my movements, because everybody got their own people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my family, but I got my own lane. Yeah. And sometimes everybody can't come. That's what people need to realize when you do movements. Like, far as labels, that's why I hate to see the Cash Moneys, the Rockefellers, all these labels break up like this. And it's because I feel like the structure kind of be bad. Like, get you a boss from each section and let them rock and let them control their people, instead of trying to bring everybody in under, because everybody not going to get along, you know, but somebody that's a true leader can delegate power with his people, you know. When you get people to speaking on things and trying to delegate other people that they don't respect a certain type of way, I feel like that's when things go bad. But anyway, the slab thing, like that was the highlight. Like it was fun, like it was all good. Like, and
that's what, like,
that was
3, 4 up in there?
That was 03. That was 03 going rolling into 04, because 04 is when ABN, because ABN really was just Trey and Ro, you know. Um, then Trey made it a movement later on, but originally ABN was just Trey and Roe, and you know, Slab members of Slab just was jumping on that rapping. You know, Lil B, Dougie, J-Ton, J2, like that. We was just, cause you know that was start a whole nother movement too. Called, that's why you hear Rolling them always hollering SK South Click. That was gonna be a movement too, but you know that where it's said now, like they sometimes some certain spots don't be big enough for everybody. Like everybody's successful and everybody in their own lane. Like everybody. Sometimes people just don't see the eye to eye once they get to it. Sometimes we're gonna either grow together or grow apart, and ain't nothing wrong with growing apart to me. Like it's just growing apart without it being toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to just be able to respect each other's space. Like because like my thing with our culture. You don't see country singers falling out with each other, shooting each other. You don't see rock bands falling. Not saying they don't, but I'm saying publicly. Like it's just hard, just our culture, and it's like the media gonna support that and gonna push that agenda because we killing each other. You know, like it's a sad day on our end, and even though you never gonna get everybody to see eye to eye, it's like if we had more unity, we'd have more power. You know what I'm saying? Politically. Like it's bigger than just some records. I'm talking about far as having power where it matter. Like you got the pyramid. Like long as we down here, we ain't shaking nothing up. We got to be at the small part of the top part of the pyramid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, the Slab movement was cool, but that's how, basically getting back to what you said, that's how all this started. I went to pick Mike D up, and the rest was history, you know.
What year did Deidre pass away?
October 29th, 08.
08. Man. Okay, wait. So, but you ended up getting, what year did you end up getting incarcerated?
I got incarcerated September...
06.
No,
07.
I got incarcerated September 5th, 07.
September 5th. Man, that's the day. My birthday is September 6th. That's crazy.
Yo, September 5th, 07.
Oh shit! So what, you was hustling, or what
Man, this was crazy. Like, I'm gonna speak on that. Like, that's why I say by today, when I tell you how me and you linked up and you reached out to me, like I'm a square. You know what I'm saying? Like, my loyalty not for the streets. Because if you're not talking about killing somebody, robbing somebody, or telling on somebody, you in the way now. You know? And loyal people gonna get the short end of the stick in today's world, especially when you talking about in the streets. Because if you somebody that's physical go in there and not tell, they gonna tell on you. And you gonna go down there and do that big, you know? So it's like, I caught a robbery case. And dude got on the stand and lied on me. But now that I look back in hindsight, it's something that I had to go do because it was a part of my journey. And I still...
You say the guy lied on you? What do you mean?
Yeah, okay. So the play was, the dude was coming and getting a product from me. And he ended up getting burnt for some money. He felt like, you know, because how I get incarcerated was my license plate. He wrote down my license plate. So the guy dealt with a female HPD officer. So I guess she was able to look my record up and able to be like, okay, well, he been incarcerated for a robbery before. So you could paint this picture, because my lawyer told me something when I was incarcerated I'd never forget, and it always stuck with me. She told me, she said, you never have to beat what happened. You got to beat what they wrote. Because if they wrote down everything that really happened, there wouldn't be so many people in jail. So that always stuck with me. So what they wrote is what I had to beat. And there was a lot of inconsistencies in my case. Long story short, though, the dude get on the stand and was saying he can't look at a car, and he can't look at the car, he got robbed. So I went to trial. With all the inconsistencies that happened in my case, they still found me guilty, because one thing about the look, that's why I understand now about stereotypes. Like, when it came to trial, I was guilty from the jump. You know, this dude said he don't even know if I was there. Trial is behind a reasonable doubt. You got to have, without a reasonable doubt in trial, how law supposed to go. If you got 5 things, if you have these 5 things, these five allegations, all these 5 allegations got to be proven in trial. If one is not proven, that's reasonable doubt. That's how law's really supposed to go. But the way Texas do law is, we don't even care about these other 4. Let's just concentrate on this one, and long as we can get this one to stick, we're gonna send them up the river and let them deal with it on appeal. We just need a conviction. So that's how Harris County, that's how the law operates as far as how Texas go, how Harris County go. It don't matter if you innocent or not. It's all who got the best show in trial. The DA or your lawyer, who gonna put on the best show and convince these 12 people that don't even know you, that got something else to go do, that wife might have cheated on them, who husband might have cheated on them, who got kids, who might, all these different things going on. These people is who judging how your life gonna turn out today. You know what I'm saying? So, and half of them probably don't even know law. So you just got citizens in there, and my point of saying that is, my look had me already guilty from the jump. So, I had caught a robbery case. You know, they enhanced my paragraph. I got 25 years for that. I did 13 years on the 25.
But because the dude made up and said that it was a robbery.
Right. He did what he did. He just painted the picture of. He said, I don't have a pistol or anything. They could look my case up. I don't have a pistol. I don't have nothing in my case. They just saying, okay, if he wouldn't have came, if he wouldn't have met you, and y'all wouldn't have went here, this wouldn't have happened to him. See, one thing people got to understand, especially my young brothers out there, loud party in Texas is a bad case. Like, a loud party had you doing more time than the person that actually did it. Like, because it was a lot of things that went on in my case, but the main thing was, at first, they changed my courtroom. At first, it was, for you to get a robbery, for me not to have no gun and for me not to verbally say anything in my case, for me to get convicted of robbery, you got to receive something from the robbery to be loud party. So they saying that when when the new indictment said when he got something took from him, that an individual threw it to me and I left. So that's how I got loud party. But that's not really how it even went down. But this is what they wrote. So I got convicted on that through loud party. I don't have no gun, don't have no verbal threat, no nothing on my case. You know, and all that's public information. And then another thing they used against me was I pled the fifth and never said nothing. I never made no statement. I never did nothing. I just bonded out and went to trial and lost in trial. You know, so that's what I'm saying about today. Like everybody's so gangster, everybody's so, you know, like when I go back to when we was talking, I took the picture with the police officers. Like, the dude made a comment on my page, like, you were informing. Inform who about what? You know what I'm saying? I don't do crime, what I'm gonna tell the law about. You know what I'm saying? I haul freight, do hot shotting. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell them about how much this stuff weighing on this trailer at this weigh station. You know, other than that, I don't have to report to nobody. And like, my resume speaks for itself. I don't have to prove myself to nobody. You know, only thing I'm proving myself to is God. I don't have to prove myself to nobody no more. Like, that's what's wrong with everybody want to prove something to somebody. And like, now I just look at it like this. People I try not to judge. I tell people all the time, if you think judging not hard, go a whole day without judging somebody. Mentally, just think about it. When somebody cuts you off, how you feel, like how you feel they are. Like, just try to go a whole day without judging. It's very hard. So, when it comes to other human beings, I stop even judging people. I just look at it as if they did something I wouldn't do. Because everybody always say what they wouldn't do when they not in them situations, but a lot of times they just ain't hit their breaking point. Everybody tolerance is higher than others. Some people don't fold. Like me, I took my time. Somebody else might would have told. Somebody else might have really said what happened. You know, but I understand, like, you just done something that I wouldn't have done. You know, so that's why I just got back from judging people, and that's why I just deal with, like, people say circles, I say square, because a circle ain't got no corners. I need people in my corner, so I keep a small square. You know, so that's where I'm at with that. Like everybody just so and like I said on on that post I did. Nowadays they really the youngsters they really doing what they doing, and that's and they actually saying what they doing, and that's really sad because like I've been down there. Like I done seen they down there 18 years old, 19 years old with 50 years sentence. Got to do 25 to even talk to somebody. Like, and they down there like they a blood, they a crip, they did all this here. They loyal, but they loyal to the wrong stuff. Cause when you get down there, like I used to tell them all the time, you ain't here willing to die for this. And I'm not knocking no affiliations. I'm saying like I feel like far as like you a big homie. Like I used to tell mine all the time, like if you really love me, let me go home. Like we really love each other. Like if you really got my best interest at heart, you wouldn't put me in no sideways situations. You know, like you ain't have no business if it's 1,000 bloods on the unit. You ain't got no business coming asking me for nothing. I ain't no blood. And I used to do that just to show them like it's cool to rock with what you rock with, cause you signed up for that. But at the same time, you can't be no crash dummy out here. You can't be naive instead of be putting on these fluke missions. Because once you like when boys in that pressure cooker, like I say, loyalty, people loyal to situations. People not really loyal to people. You know, and sometimes the most loyal people, they gonna do loyal stuff. So when somebody do something that you feel like don't fall up under the loyal category, because like say for instance, me and him, if it came down to me, you and him, and something was going on, I'ma choose Manny, cause that's my relative. I still got love for you, but the situation made me choose him. So do that make me not real? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel like life be. Like people put these. I started putting requests on people instead of obligations. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Expectations. That's where you don't leave a human being no room for error. And you know that's why Clorox say 99.9%, so they can't get sued. For that tenth of a percent keeps them out of lawsuits. Just in case something do happen, they be like, well, I washed my clothes and I broke out. Well, that's that tenth of the percent that we said. You know what I'm saying? So you got to at least give people a tenth of a percent to be imperfect. You know what I'm saying? So like I started putting everything as a request. When you put requests on people and they do something that's an obligation, it make you love them even more. Instead of you putting an obligation on them and them falling short, then you feeling like they fraud when really life just happens sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that. Like we just need to like, even with like if you got a baby, as a morally as a parent, you're supposed to take care of a baby. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta put things into context. I'm saying as adults. You know, we put a lot of requests on adults, and we expect a lot of people to come through and put these obligations on them when they really not obligated. And that's just how I feel. Like people are not really obligated. You know, you can request something, and if it come through, cool. You know, it's just how I view things, and it make your life a whole lot easier. You know, instead of always being let down, looking for you and everybody else, it's hard to find you and somebody else. We all fingerprints out here. People just gonna do what they do. You know, nobody gonna do the same thing. We might have a lot of characteristics, but we still gonna do something different sooner or later. That's just how I feel on that right there.
Yeah, Manny B, man. What's good, man?
Man, I'm vibing, man.
There you go.
Man. Vibing, man.
Mm.
For real, what's good?
I'm chilling, man. What you got going on, man?
Man.
You got time for that?
Man, you know, man, big film cartel, big UBKG going on, you know what I'm saying? Man, a bunch of shooting, bro. We been in the mix. Man, OG Nick been having it pretty busy with what we got going on, you know what I'm saying? I've been having myself busy as well. But you know, man, just really playing it down, man. You know how I GO, man, you know.
Yeah.
Hustling, man.
Yeah,
What I do best.
Straight
For
up.
real.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. I appreciate y'all boys coming through, man.
No, really.
I wanna touch some bases on what bro was saying though, cause you know when we was talking about the second generation, you understand, bro? Like second generation, I'm original. Like it ain't nigga, I ain't been in the same rooms. You know what I'm saying? With Screw and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Fifi, mine. You know what I'm saying? But how the second generation went and how where it come from and the meaning of it is nothing like it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit like now it's like watered down. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers try to run with the pack. You know what I'm saying? Call it running with the pack. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that shit watered down. That's why you don't see me so much pressing on it like I usually would. But motherfuckers when they got shit trademarked and you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, that shit need to be known. Niggas know who brought that to the table. You know what I'm saying? They know Manny B brought that to the table coming home. You know what I'm saying? That was something, nigga, that I would love for Screw build. Not the fans, you know what I'm saying? Not the consumers, you know what I'm saying? For the retail. Then there's a lot of people out here making bread off that. And they ain't gave nothing nowhere where it's due. You know what I'm saying? But which the type of person I am, I can make, if I get lemons, I'm gonna make lemonade or lemon meringue pie. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm silent on my end, so I can deal with however. I ain't worked in every department in music, from rapping to DJing to promoting. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about this the other night. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm just in the camera division. You know what I'm saying? We doing numbers on it for sure. You know what I'm saying? But that second generation, you got some solid ones in there. You got Cuz, you know what I'm saying? You got some solid ones in there. But man, Allen bro, a bunch of bullshit around, and that shit ain't really what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, the love ain't there. It's just a bunch of greedy consumers that want to be a part of something. You feel what I'm saying? It's no love in there. It's just a bunch of people sticking their hands in the pot trying to make, it's no love. Like the realness is gone out of it. You know what I'm saying? The Mexican, like one of the Mexican, Rudy, he in the feds right now from Austin. You know what I'm saying? Love, he in the feds. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, and these were people who was really putting, is SGS. You know what I'm saying? If it's SGS, then you know. It's a if you know thing. You know what I'm saying? It's second generation screwed up click, but it's SGS. You know what I'm saying? We the second generation coming from Screw. You feel me?
Yeah.
So people don't understand none of that. Like it's just like they on a wave. It's like motherfucker got surfboards and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't be with that. Like, cause I can build my name off of whatever I attach it to. And nigga, if I walked out of here and said I wanted to sell toilet paper today or tomorrow, we gonna make toilet paper the right thing to be having going on. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like one of them things, like he said, once you ain't been around it, once you ain't been around all this, to the people who has never been around it, it's
right. It's flashy.
It's a flashy.
Right.
So it's a lot of backstabbing that come with it because they ain't never been around this and they want to hold on to it as bad. I ain't been around. It's a part of me, in me, not on me. So I can let whatever go and recreate. You feel me? And that's what we do. We do that for Screw and Drew. And you know Drew down every post I ever post. Know that? Yeah. We do it for them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who we do it for. You know what I'm saying? Rap wise, when me and Walk know was rapping, it could never be right because my guys wasn't around. J-Doe doing 25, Drew dead, Spade doing 40. You feel me? The vibe could never be there, no matter how much respect or the vibe. You feel me? If J-Doe was here, if Drew was here, Drew would have fell back, Drew would have been manager, J-Doe would have been, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That goes back to what I was saying about the delegation of the power.
Yeah. But people wonder why everything or how I moved, why I moved, that's why I moved like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, if the pieces of the puzzle that was there, I've been around here since the 90s. I've been here. You know what I'm saying? I have background. You know what I'm saying? That every background piece I got, everybody know it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say, bro, you need to do a documentary about your life, bro, because you been around. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, we was the screwed up young guns. You You know what I'm saying?
But that's what it be like. It be like even with Manny, like people don't know. Like I'm gone for the whole the South Factory movement. I'm gone. I'm seeing it. I'm talking to him. You know, I'm linked in on it. You know, I'm still touching
Yeah,
the
we
streets.
going visitation.
But it's just like, yeah, he pop and visit everything. I'm up the street at Ramsey, so I was around the corner. So it's like, but he telling me like I understand. It's just not the same. Like people don't know. Manny was selling screw CDs. You know what I'm saying? Just like Tupac was humping the backs down, dancing with Digital Underground.
Yeah.
Like, but nowadays, that everybody want to immediately be a star. Don't nobody want to do no footwork no more. As far as how I view it, when he come and talking to me, like he come tell me like, cause I feel like Manny South, the Manny South song, the big time. I feel like that song was supposed to be as big as Too Legit to Quit It, but he got knocked, had to go do some counter time. So the marketing scheme was right because he pushing his name. That was a genius move. But it's hard to press Manny South without Manny South present. So like he was telling me when he called me, he like, bro, like I come home like everybody this and that sauce, this such and such sauce, and don't nobody want to do street team, don't nobody want to put up no posters. Like, dude, you trash on the mic. Not saying like walking. I'm talking about other people that's just you want to rap because it's no go do. Don't nobody like me. I don't care how much a boss I feel I am for his success. I'm gonna play my role. I don't have no problem with playing my role.
If you go back and look on YouTube, we got YouTube. It's me, him, Drew, Cord. You know, we was at the barbershop. We had that day of the life.
Yeah.
So we had a day in the life. I was rapping then, but guess what? At that moment, I was the promoter. You know what I'm saying? That was my position to make sure in the puzzle, I was the promoter. You feel me? I held the posters. I went and sold the CD. I went, same thing though. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about position. People don't understand the game of position. You feel me? Just because the shine light on Drew right now, that mean, boom, Drew need to have this, and that. We real family. So if we don't do it, then who else gonna do it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So of course they're like, nah. That's why I have no problem with the camp. People looking at me crazy when I first started picking up the camp. If I say the numbers though, you feel me? Like we ain't did numbers. People looked at me crazy, like, man, what bro doing? Nah, this film cartel business. You know what I'm saying? Right. Same thing. Ian just dropped new music the other day. So it ain't like this the passion I have now. The lens. Used to, you know what I'm saying? So it just all it's just like a screw tape, huh? It's ringing like a screw tape. Yeah. Like, yeah, man, but nah, for sure. But you get what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that's where we at, bro. So when it come down to it, bro, all this, listen, bro, I had my own radio. I produced the radio show, bro. Used to work up there for me. Produced my own radio show, KCOH. I did all this, brother. But it never was the music. It was always the love of the whole industry. We want in on all aspects. You know what I'm saying? Had the restaurant on MLK. We want in on everything, man. It's about the money. You know what I'm saying? It's about the love with your people, but it's all about coming up with your people. But if you don't have that same type of influence, if you don't have that same type of teamwork and mental capacity to make that happen with your people, man, what are you doing it for? So that's why you don't see, but back to the second generation thing, I did that out for the love of Screw, because like he said, we ain't been on the road, boom, boom, me and Bub is this family selling. I'm doing sellouts. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do, but we doing it off of love. We doing it with each other. You know what I'm saying? We doing it with each other because of love. But if you can't create that type of vibe, I don't want to be a part of it, and I don't want to be around it. You know what I'm saying? And usually I just don't say nothing. Usually I just switch up and start doing something else. I don't talk about it. It's 2021. We talking about it. You know what I'm saying? We talking about all of it. We gonna bring it up. If somebody got something to say, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a lot of thumbs online. You know what I'm saying? So however it go, like this. But people need to know the real. I'm tired of listening to the fake. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing it online and watching it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it need to be spoke on, brother.
That's why I started the thing. I started this thing Robbery, like, because my thing is like I done seen boys that people feel fraud do some real stuff.
Shit, yeah.
But I done seen niggas that people think real do some fraud stuff. You know, just like you see a female booty fake, titty fake, but she might be a real broad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I want to be real. I'm gonna do real stuff instead of doing real stuff
Real.
because you know I'm real. That's why that come from. And just like nowadays, like I hear boys, they holler S.U.C. You ain't got a screw tape. Know what I'm saying? That's why I had one day I had to just ask Los, like, am I tripping because I'm feeling a certain type of way about my brother? Los like, nah, cuz you ain't tripping. Know what I'm saying? One thing I'm gonna keep macking their face. So in my head, I'm like, you sure right, it's on me. I can't look for nobody else to do for Drew like I'm gonna do for Drew. I'm saying not outside of us. I'm saying as far as not family wise. I'm saying like you can't mention S.U.C. without. I'm saying not saying you have to, but I'm saying like if you talking about people that's S.U.C, you got to say D Drew. Nigga, you ain't got a tape. You ain't mentioned on the tape like how is you S.U.C. Like if they make me go there, I really be cool. But like graduation 99, Southside still holding. Like these things you can go buy right now. Like
Classic tapes too.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Then he
the
was
whole
there.
reason behind graduation 99. Screw made Drew wait till he graduated. That was the night he graduated from Sterling. Like you got to graduate for you to do a screw tape graduate. That was the whole magic behind graduation 99. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Had that Bam on there, man. That shit. That's
Bam. Drew was the first person this here for the Donnie Houston podcast. Drew the first person to put Eminem on a screw. Hi, my name is. Drew was the first person. And when it skipped, I'm finna give you some more game. On that graduation 99, it skipped. Cause Screw was in that dance and Drew said, man, that boy in here dancing, man. Screw bumped the table. That's why they skip on there. You know what I'm saying? Like them the memories and things like every morning we wake up, you gotta take a shot of Paul Masson. You know what I'm saying? Like to start the morning, like people think Screw don't even drink. He wasn't no alcoholic, but you wouldn't even think Screw even drank no alcohol. Yeah, that was the thing. If you inside that square, we shot a Paul Masson. Like somebody might be like, Screw ain't drank now, you just wasn't family like that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't know. If you don't know me, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know me, you wasn't in the mix. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that go. You know what I'm saying? Like he say, like a lot of things, I be cool. I'm behind the speaker dude. But like when it's time to grab the mic though, I speak on it, you know, and I stand on it. Like anything I say, I ain't gonna say what I seen or I ain't gonna say what I heard. I'm gonna say what I seen. I'm talking about with my glasses on. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why I tell you, I don't have to be tough. I don't have to be none of that. Cause the things I done been through, the things I did, nigga would have been folded, been broke, been Mr. Glass. You know what I'm saying? So I let my resume like one thing about a legend. And on that note, I'm gonna give you this right here. This is my clothing line,
really?
Country Legends. You know what I'm saying? Got that sealer. I take the country everywhere. I ain't never turn my back on it. They ain't never turned their back on me.
For sure.
But yeah, I wanted to give you that. You know, you could post up because it might be too big. See, look like you been hitting them weights. But yeah, that's
They hitting them plates, nigga. Ain't them
straight up. Hey, everything's protein in it somewhere though. But yeah, before we leave, I just want to say thank you for reaching out. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man.
For sure, man. This here epic, man. You know, like I say, and like anything that pop up, like my people, I'm saying make sure my people subscribe to you and run your numbers up. You know, like I say, man, you was a rare one for this. You know what I'm saying? And like it was good just to speak on it. And like a lot of things, like Manny B really want me to go in. We could leave that for another time because I don't want people to have, you know what I'm saying, put the thumbs down on you. Because like one thing about the truth, man, they want to hear, but they gonna run from it. Like you know, then sometimes certain things where it's at right now, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it.
Donnie be DJing.
Who? You be DJing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta get you in the mix. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get you in the mix.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta do a tape with Donnie, man.
Yeah, but that's we're gonna talk. We'll talk about that. That's behind the scenes. We're gonna talk about that.
For sure, man. I appreciate y'all boys coming through, man.
Hey, man, it was real, like I say. But yeah, like I ain't gonna lie. Just you know, growing up, like I tell people all the time, like like boys that didn't get the experience like that Fat Pat. Like these are things that I like just these memories that I keep and hold, like the talks with the Hawk, just late night, me and Mo on the Knockout Kings. Mo was a Knockout King freak on the game. His birthday August 20th, mine August 19th. So we used to party together. Like it was all the way from July, from Screw birthday, all the way through Drew and all us. It was always so the memories. Like that's why I say, man, I got $2, $3, $4, $5 million worth of memories. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that really matter. You know what I'm saying? That's them intangible things. You know what I'm saying? Like it was real trill, like in Screw, like it just was an honor and a privilege to be in his presence. You know what I'm saying? And like even with my brother Drew, like I couldn't pick who my brother was, but I sure glad my old man made Drew. You know him and Fee, cause like that's my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's what we do it for sure.
matter of fact, I got something going on with him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Already.
Jamel.
Yeah, already.
I got something going. Matter of fact, that's when we gonna link back up. I got something real live going on for Drew with him.
Yeah, that's what's
You
up.
know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up.
But yeah, like I say though, I appreciate you, man. It was an honor and a privilege, man. Like I say, anytime you want to rap and run it on something, we could rap and run it on whatever. Like, and that's where it's at, man. Like,
No, that's all good, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man.
Yeah,
For real.
for sure.
facts.
Already, man. Doe, Manny B. It's Donnie Houston Podcast. Hey, man, we out.
Donnie Houston.